Welcome to the 86th session of the Carl Jung Depth Psychology Reading Group. Today I'm going to talk about The Secret of the Golden Flower, Part 6. To begin with, I'm just going to start with some basic ideas about what it is we're talking about here, sort of a summation of where the golden flower is going. And this is the book, The Secret of the Golden Flower, the actual secret. What we're talking about is Dr. Jung's commentary on The Secret of the Golden Flower as it relates to our Western psychology. Think of this mandala, which represents what the golden flower is all about. And from my perspective, what it's really about is individuation. So what I wanted to talk about first was the idea of this oak tree. The significance of the oak tree is that every creature, every living thing in the world, and Greg can correct me on this, but every living thing in the world knows how to become itself. And so in the case of this oak tree, it knew from the time it was an acorn how to become an oak tree and be recognized as an oak tree. But at the same time, every oak tree is different. And basically the same thing can be said for you and me. In other words, all of us know how to become human beings in our unconscious. Our body, from the time we're a fertilized egg, knows how to build a heart and lungs and a liver and a stomach and eyes and ears and nose and mouth and brain and every part of us. And it knows how to keep us going for between 70 and 100 years these days. And that all happens unconsciously. And our psyche knows how to tell us what to do also. And so the point of the golden flower is that the golden flower is blossoming, and it's coming from the unconscious in all of us, and it's up to us to be able to discern what our unconscious is telling us about our life and what we should be. What my unconscious tells me to do is to create this video channel and make these videos available to people. And so that's what I've been doing for a couple of years. And so even this morning, my unconscious was telling me I needed to read something out of Gary Sparks' book, this book, Carl Jung and Arnold Toynbee, The Social Meaning of Inner Work, by J. Gary Sparks, that's published by Inner City Books. And I did a behind-the-scenes reading of that book today, mainly because my unconscious told me to do it. And so therefore I did. Your unconscious talks to you all the time. It talks to you in the form of dreams and visions. These are not just baloney. These are not just trash. These are not just wish fulfilling in your unconscious, as Dr. Freud had it. These images that come through in your psyche, especially the ones that you can remember for a few minutes, long enough to write them down, those are trying to tell your conscious mind something, to pay attention. And if they build up enough psychic energy so that you can remember them, it probably is a good idea to write them down, because then you're going to start to see patterns and understand things that your psyche needs to tell you, things that you can't necessarily discern on your own. And so all of us have this faculty within us, and this is what the golden flower is all about. Each of us is different. That the only thing that goes with the flow is dead fish. And of course, Taoism has this idea of going down the river. We have to be alive. We have to recognize who we are and what we are about. And we're all different, just as this oak tree in this picture is different from every other oak tree in the world. And give you an example of what I'm talking about. Imagine what are the things that make a dog a dog. But most of us have a hard time saying what it is about a dog that makes a dog a dog. But nonetheless, we all recognize dogs, and they're all different. And the same with cats and every other creature. And so we're all different too, but we have a very complex world that we live in. And so we have a hard time understanding the essence of what we should be. And that's what individuation is about. And so that's what the golden flower is about. So some things coming from the unconscious may not be healthy for 2018 selves. How do we discriminate? Well, that's the importance of consciousness, Dan, because with our consciousness and our consciousness about the fact that both good things, there are two streams coming out of the unconscious.